Hi guys, welcome back to Ravenly. I'm Sarah,
I'm Sophie.
And I'm Bella.
and this year we celebrated the birth of Ravenly. We watched the coronavirus go through puberty.
No, that's so gross.
It wasn't born
OMG.
this year, but it just developed.
Yeah,
obviously.
she grew into her own woman. Is coronavirus a girl?
I get feminine energy.
So.
I feel like a man couldn't pull this off.
Right.
No offense to our male listeners, but no one has the wrath of coronavirus
Exactly.
like a woman would. You know, if that
And
makes
now
sense.
this is going to become like a sexist issue, but
It's fine.
I think it's powerful.
I think, yeah.
We can also just move on.
Okay,
Anyways.
I'm joking.
So we kind of wanted to do a little review about this year and what we're looking forward to next year, and a little bit about the holidays and stuff, because it's our last episode of 2020.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, last
2020
freaking episode of 2020. How crazy is that? Isn't it so interesting that it's only December 16th right now? Well, for us. But it's like, the break is so long. Anyways, just thought I'd say that.
Well, so, yeah. Anyway, I had an idea and then it kind of slipped my mind. But
Okay, go ahead.
No, you can take over. I was just going to come up with something on the spot.
Okay.
Period, she did that.
So at the beginning of this year, Ravenly did not exist because we were in school. We had other work in pals to do, and then it was born like in April or something when we were online. No, it was in May because we only had a few weeks left to do it. So season 1 was very short.
Oh, yes.
But season 2 is where it all went down. Us ladies, I feel like I've really appreciated this time with you guys, because some weeks I'm just like, wow, I really haven't talked to a lot of people this week, and it's like,
right?
oh, well, I can do podcasts, and then I get my socialization.
Yeah, exactly. This is like my outlet for like just saying stuff, and then I know that I'm like being listened to, but I'm also like, I genuinely could say like something crazy, and it's like, oh, that's just in her character. Like, girl, I don't know, something wacky about it, but I just love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, back on the topic of social lives and things, like, I understand it's super hard to make new friends right now and stuff like that, but I do think it's very important to go reach out to your old friends, like check in on people, because I notice that when I'm not talking to people for a long time, I get so down, and I just don't want to leave my bed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, because I haven't like texted anyone or FaceTime them in like 3 days or something, which doesn't seem like a long time, but it feels like a long time. And you might not notice that the time goes by so fast, you know?
Right. Honestly, at this point, it's just become like such a this year's just become like a routine that never ends. But then it's like we have like a little outlet, like, oh, this is so fun, like we get to talk. I genuinely am very tired today. But this is pumping me up. This is my energy.
Yay.
Y'all, okay, so you know how we talked about dreams? So basically this morning I woke up at 7 to like work out, but then I was like, I'm so tired. Like, y'all don't even know. I am so tired all the time, which is probably why I need to work out, to like work on feeling more upbeat and whatever. But anyways, I was up late watching The Bachelorette, which, by the way...
Oh my gosh.
I'm so invested. I can't believe Ben screwed it up. Typical Ben fashion. And, like, I genuinely, like... Okay, anyways. But I was up late last night, and so, like, I woke up this morning, and I was like, ugh, I'm very tired. I'm just going to set an alarm for 8:35, 5 minutes before class starts, and then I'll wake up then and go to class. And so then I had a dream. I went back to sleep, and I had a dream that, first of all, it was the day of Community Day. Which,
so sad.
And like, it was all in person, but like I woke up and it was like 11 o'clock. I was like, huh?
Oh my
And it
gosh.
felt so real. Like I walked into my mom's room, I was like, Mom, I just missed first and second period and it is now lunch. What do I do? And she's like, I can't believe you do this again. Because sometimes I sleep in accidentally, or like I'll like fall asleep during lunch and then I won't set an alarm. And so like I was like, I freaking set an alarm this time and I still didn't wake up. And so I was like freaking out. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna forget about this. Like classic dream, like you forget about the problem beforehand, but it's still kind of stressing you out. And so I went and I visited the pals, and like, okay, so this is the second time I've had a community day dream where it's like I ran into my friend at a Thai restaurant, right? And so he has his own little booth, he has his own table. And so this guy does not go to CCA, by the way. He's just a really good family friend. What a king. He's like a brother to me. And so he's like, yeah, like I have my own table. I was like, you idiot. I really want my own table. So I got away from him. And then I went to this warehouse where community day is, I guess. And so I've had a warehouse community day dream before. Peyton's team won. I don't know. Okay, this is what I remembered from it.
Interesting.
Peyton was
This
on
is
the red
all
team.
over the place.
And they won last time. But this time she was on the yellow and orange team. It was a mix of both because the outfits look cute. But I was like going through this thing and it was like we had to stay like back to back and we had to go through an art gallery, which also happened in the last community day. And so I was paired up with Jamie. And so Jamie and I made it through. We were killing it. And then we just look over and we see all of Peyton's team on the finish line, just like they won. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. We didn't win and we did so well. And then it was like it was also like the art gallery was like full of like talking paintings like in Harry Potter. So I was like, are you kidding me? Like this was such an enjoyable experience. And then I went back to the Thai restaurant. I met up with my friend. And then it was in the center with like pavilions, like Piazza Carmel. And so that was kind of where we resided for the rest of the dream. And I was like, oh, shoot, I can't miss third and fourth now because I already missed first and second. Oh, my gosh. And my mom called me. She was like, the school called me, like, you're truant. Like, you need to get back home right now. I was like, okay. And mind you, this dream was all happening within an hour and a half of me sleeping. I can't believe it. It felt like the longest dream of my life, but it was like the shortest sleep. And so then I wake up finally. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I wake up finally and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's only 8:30. I didn't miss my first two classes. I was like, I had to record Ravenly today. Like in my dream, I was like, it's Wednesday, it's Ravenly Day. So it's like, I missed that. I wake up to okay. When I woke up at 11 in my dream, I woke up to no texts of concern from you guys. So I kind of felt bad. Because I thought that you guys were just like, oh yeah, classic Sophie, like missed second period, like we're just not going to even bother her. Like I bet she's just sleeping or being an idiot. And so then I'm like, okay, whatever. And so then I wake up and I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't miss my math class. And it turns out math was pretty fun. Like this was stuff that I already knew how to do. So it was like kind of swag. And if I would have missed it, it would have been fine. But I know this was such a tangent. But like I just gotta say,
that's funny because it's tangent math.
Ayo, tangent check. Ayo, trigonometry check. I love trig. Trig is the best. But anyways, I for real am like, I think that just kind of summed up my 2020 because I was just so stressed about missing things. And then also like community day was in person, which made me so happy. But then the fact that we lost to Peyton again. I don't know why it was Peyton. She had the whole team on her side. It was like 50 people, and the rest of us was just like teams of 5. And then oh my gosh, school was it was based off of also the board meeting. Okay, y'all.
Oh my god.
I know that I'm talking a lot, but this is just gonna have to be a long pod because like we need to make up this time.
To tell about her dream.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so this is just a weird dream. I remember Robert Haley was like, well, like the kids who have no, it was in the reopening plan. It was like, we have updated our Wi-Fi so that like kids will be able to sit around during their fourth or their asynchronous time to do work or like meet with teachers online. I was like, this is like real life things. Like this is what's going to happen when we go back. And so I was like, okay, cool. But then like for this community day thing, it's like, so we have 3 stages, even though it's like 4 periods, usually we have like 4 stages, right? And so it's like, we have 3 stages. If you don't want to stay for the third one, which was the optional like walk through the gallery, the rest was like bonding, which this is also bonding, but anyways, like the walk through the gallery, it's like you can wait outside. And so our school was like Chilton, in Gilmore Girls.
Bro, what? Okay.
And so like Chilton has like these beautiful courtyards because it's a private school, it's in Connecticut. And so for those who don't know, Chilton is the private school that Rory goes to in Gilmore Girls. And so people are waiting outside, sitting in like lawn chairs in these beautiful patios while we're like working our butts off to win this. And then Peyton wins, we already know. But that was like genuinely such a stressful dream. And it only occurred during like an hour and a half of my sleep, which I think is kind of crazy. And it kind of sums up 2020 for me because it was kind of fun. Like I enjoyed bonding with my buds. It was weird like being in person with them, even though it was dreamlike. Anyways, I also was just like, it's been a stressful couple days, because even though, shout out Miss Balch, love you, the assignments in AP Bio are
Bro,
so much.
My freaking goodness.
Literally oh my
same.
gosh, I cannot do this. I'm literally struggling.
Sorry, I'm gonna take the stage.
Do it, girl.
I don't know what it is, but now that you've said it, now I know that's exactly what it is.
Right?
But like for the last week and a half or 2 weeks or something, I have been exhausted and I have lost like all of my motivation. And usually, especially with like online school, I've been able to like pace myself, and I like try to do assignments like before they're due. Not like way before they're due. Not that I ever turn them in online. I'm sorry, late. But yeah, anyway. So I like do my best to like get things done as soon as she assigns it and blah blah blah. And that's the only way I've been able to like handle it.
Right.
But this last like few weeks, I was like, bro, why do I feel so overwhelmed? Like,
right?
Why do I feel like my world is like crashing on me right
it's
now?
because it's
and it was
end.
just because there's so much. Yeah, and like everything is like stacking on. And I look at my Google Classroom and I'm like, okay, it looks like a lot, but in reality, it's like not really a lot. It's just the fact that there's multiple assignments,
Yeah.
And so I was just like, all right, like it's fine. Like I'm just gonna do this. And also I started working like 2 weeks ago, which definitely makes a difference. And like it's like making it a little more difficult, but it's also making me a lot more organized, which having a job is now one of my highlights of the year. Oh, so yeah, we're saying like our highlights of the year. That's one of mine.
No way.
And yeah, it's because I get to work with my friends, which is like so fun.
Nice.
Mavi and Berta, they're so awesome.
OMG period.
Yeah. And we like get shifts together. Anyway, whatever, that's not the point. The point is that like now I have a job, and those assignments were like they looked so overwhelming. And like one day I was like, okay, I'm just gonna turn my phone off. I'm not gonna use it all day, and I'm gonna do all of my work. Also, I'm a senior, so I have college stuff, and that definitely does not make it like easier.
Right.
It actually makes it much harder. And my so for everybody that doesn't know, I transferred sophomore, like the beginning of my sophomore year, and for freshman year I was in Mexico. So I have to get my transcripts from my like old school, which is such a pain because I like never really wanted to talk to them again, but it's okay. It's just making everything so much more complicated, even though it's like not that bad. But going to a foreign school during your high school career, you just have to do more work to apply. It's like more paperwork, but it's fine. It's gonna be just fine. And
yeah,
break
baby,
is coming.
you're gonna make it out alive, and it's gonna be amazing, and everybody's gonna be like swag.
Yeah, I have a question for you guys.
What's up?
Go off.
So I'm the only one without a job here, and I feel like every time I think about applying to a job, I start freaking out because I love having time where I can just sit by myself for a little bit, and I love having time where I can do things later or earlier.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Really freaks me out. So like, how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel overwhelmed?
I definitely have felt overwhelmed in the past week. Well, just because like the holidays, people are a little bit wacko crazy town. Love everybody that I work with though. That's kind of swag. And it's interesting because it's like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I love having a job, I love making money, blah blah blah. But then also like if I have homework that's due at 10, like Mr. Gon does, king. Love that he assigns homework and has it due at 10 because I'm not staying up till midnight doing it, which I kind of love. But
Yeah.
then it's like if I work from 6 to 10 and I have something until 6,
Yeah.
it's like, what do you want me to do? Because I really can't do my homework. And so it's like, it's a little bit much. And then it's like, oh, I'm so tired today. I wish I didn't have to go work. But then once I get there, it's fine. Just because you know that you're dedicating your time to something at least.
And you're getting money.
Right? And also like the human
Which is so
connection,
fun.
but then sometimes the human connection, oh my gosh. I literally was like, I
Such
was
a
like,
pain.
happy holidays. And this guy was like, Merry Christmas. I was like,
Oh.
well, I'm wearing my Hanukkah clips right now. I was wearing my barrettes that were like, they were blue and silver, or were they blue and gold? Because I couldn't find my silver ones. But anyways, like you could tell that I was Jewish. Like even like with the mask that's covering my nose, like you could tell that I was Jewish.
Oh my God.
And it's like, girl, like at least just kind of brush it off. It's just me saying happy holidays. Because it's like, what if he was like atheist and didn't celebrate Christmas, or and like celebrated, or like just like the holidays.
Right.
I don't know. It makes me peed off.
Why do people say stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
Merry Christmas.
They think it's a war on Christmas. And Unwin brought this up. He was like, well, like, okay, I love Unwin and I understand this point, but let me just say, I've realized some things after working in a grocery store. So, Unwin was like, what did he say? He said something about like, well, Christmas is kind of being drowned out by the other holidays. And it's like, yeah, I get that. But also, the seasonal section at Ralph's, if you look at it, it is a ton of Christmas stuff, all Christmas themed candy, Christmas themed everything across 2 aisles, well, 2 fronts of the aisles. And then it's like you look in the back and you see kind of like a disheveled display of like Hanukkah bags and like maybe some Hanukkah wrapping paper. It's blue and silver, so like that makes sense. But it's like there's really like, and then we ran out of the candles that we need for the menorah so quick. And this woman was like kind of upset. I was like, I get you're upset, girl. I need candles too. And like they're out of them. And they restock obviously, but it's like they run out so quick, and it's like they're in like a separate section of the store with like the kosher foods. I don't know. It's just interesting that it's like Christmas is the forefront of everything, right? And it's like I get it. It's a super fun holiday, but it's like the amount of Jewish people in Del Mar and Carmel Valley, like you should have like a little bit more understanding for the fact that people are not always celebrating Christmas, And it's like I'm one to talk. I have red and green tinsel all over my room and like a tree decorated with Christmas ornaments.
It's a Hanukkah bush.
It's a Hanukkah bush, but the ornaments are definitely Christmas themed. But it's interesting that people get so offended when I say happy holidays. Like I'm forgetting Christmas. Like, girl, Christmas is included in that. It's like ugh. I don't get why people are getting so upset. But anyways, that's my 2 cents on working right now, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like people just get so offended by everything right now. And like this woman, like we had to make people wait out in front of the store, wait in line, because it was so busy that like literally you could not stay 6 feet away from somebody if you tried. And so we like made them wait outside, and this woman literally compared it to communism. She was like, "Ugh, we're turning into a socialist nation. Like, I can't believe it. Like, we have to wait in line for a grocery store now." I was like, "Girl, yes,
go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else." Also, it's like, I think people shop at Ralph's because we don't usually make people wait outside because we're such a big store that we're like able to. It's not like Trader Joe's where it's like so small that you run into everybody, but it's like I think that's why people shop there, because they don't want to wait in line. But then it's like when we make people wait in line, the line goes by pretty fast, BT dubs, because we get stuff done. But anyways,
Bella, I have a question. Like, just think about the spatial thing. So you work at Mickey D's, right?
Vibes,
and a lot of fast food places, it kind of seems like the kitchen's quite small. Like, are there people who are just like in your space all the time? Like, how does that work?
Okay. So this was something I was really worried about, like before I started working. And I asked the woman who was interviewing me, I was like, what are you guys doing for COVID? Because honestly, it kind of sounds terrifying. But she was like, yeah, we're taking all of the precautions, blah, blah, which is like they are. And everybody's required to wear a mask, and you wear gloves 24/7. Like, guys, anyway, okay, I won't talk about that. But anyway, I was just gonna say about like how your hands sweat when you have gloves
Right?
on them 24/7, but
Right?
it's disgusting. But it's okay. Um, okay, so McDonald's, almost every fast food place is split up where like the back is the kitchen and then the front is like where you do like drive-through stuff and like serve the people that walk in, or like take their orders. And so what they do is they have underage people aren't allowed like to touch food or like hot things. Um, so most of the time you're in the front, and in the front is where there aren't a lot of people. And if there are people, they're all like underage, or they're like it's like one of the managers, you know? So it's usually like there's space in between most of the time, but when things get really busy and everybody's running around, it's kind of hard to like keep your distance, you know? Because you're like
Mm-hmm.
running from one side of the store to the other, or like grabbing things, or
Yeah.
running in and out.
Fixing the ice cream
So
machine.
Bruh.
yeah, I haven't seen that happen yet because it
Classic.
hasn't like broken down or anything, but we'll see how that goes.
Keep us updated.
But I definitely will. Um, but it's usually fine, except when it gets really busy, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stand here, take orders, and I'm not gonna move. Um, unless like I need to. But yeah, you just kind of have to be
Yeah, for
careful.
sure.
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking the other day, I was like, okay, what if I got COVID? Which hopefully, God, please no. But what if I got COVID and I just like went to work? Like, would they all get it? I don't know. Maybe.
I
Anyway,
guess it depends.
sorry. Yeah. Because I also heard that COVID only spreads, which guys, I don't know if this is true, but COVID only spreads if you have your mask off for like a lot, not for like 10 minutes and you're in close proximity with someone in
Can
like
I
an
say something really
enclosed
quick?
area.
My family gets really upset about this, but okay, I don't mean to be rude, but when you say proximity, it means closeness, and close proximity is redundant. So I
Ah,
just wanted to say, okay,
okay.
I'm really not insulting anybody because like literally like news anchors do this,
I
like
didn't know
right?
that.
I didn't know that until a little bit ago, but y'all, I know I sound like a B word right now, and I really don't mean to. Bella, I
Not a
appreciate
B
you so
word.
much, and I appreciate your great grammar. It's just if my dad listens to this, he'll get mad at me if I don't correct it, because
Correct.
he's a bit of a stickler for grammar. So is all my family. Anyways, just wanted to say, close proximity is
Thanks.
redundant.
I appreciate that because now I won't sound stupid because I won't say it.
Period.
So
Also, you never sound stupid.
vibes.
Um,
Oh,
literally
thanks.
one time
Well,
my dad was
sometimes,
like,
but
I'm not gonna watch MSNBC now because Rachel Maddow said close proximity. And it was a
Oh
joke,
my god.
but it's like, I don't know. It's just it's like a little tidbit of information that I like sharing with people.
Thanks for that little tidbit.
vibes.
Yo.
Don't know what I'd do without it.
Anyways, just thought I'd say that. Yeah, and it's difficult to like keep your distance at this point because it's like if you're wearing a mask, I don't know, it's like so hard to keep that 6 foot distance, especially when you're working in such like close quarters, you know?
And when you're like running around and you got to get stuff
Right?
done, people are
Period. And then it's
waiting.
like people are like getting
Yeah.
upset, and then you're like, oh my gosh, like there's just so much happening right now. Like just there's so much happening.
Sarah,
Yes.
the only thing about having a job is that, like, at least for me, it made me a lot more responsible and like a lot more. You have to like organize everything, very specifically. So if I want to hang out with people, I'm like, all right, I don't work on these days, but I also have homework to do because I've tried to leave the least amount of homework for the days that I work because I know I'm going to be exhausted after work, and I'm only gonna want to take a shower and go to sleep. So I do my best to do my homework before I go to work. So like at the beginning of the week, I'll do as much as I can, and then I'll just leave whatever's left for the end of the week. And if I want to hang out with people, I'm just like, all right, we've got, I don't know, 4 hours or 3 hours or something, because then I have to go home and
Yeah.
finish my
Yeah.
responsibilities.
Yeah. Because I mean, I've been wondering that because Like, I feel like I need more things to fill up my time, but not so much that it freaks me out. And so my mom
Yeah.
might give me a job at her company, like to be her assistant or something. And I'm like,
Hmm.
but that's not a real job.
That's cute.
But I don't know.
True.
It's something I'll think about. But anyway, back to
Yeah, take your time, bro. You're chilling.
back to the topic.
I forgot what we were talking
We've
about.
totally gone off topic like 1,000
a little
times.
bit, yeah. We promise we'll do better next year. But for now, we're just
That's
having
our resolution,
fun.
is that Sophie can't talk about her dreams.
2021 upgrade.
I don't know.
Girl, I don't know. How are your dreams so vivid? Like, well,
Dude.
I mean, vivid is one thing, but specific and you remember them. Because I think last night I dreamed about I was in Australia and the colors were so beautiful that I started crying.
Oh, that's so pretty.
But I've never been to Australia. I don't even know what it looks like there.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing about my dreaming, is that I just am so, okay, I think this comes from like anxiety, but it's like I get so worked up about my dreams because it's like, man, like that was stressful. My dream was very stressful. But it's like, it just becomes like something that I remember because it sticks with me. Like, you know, like I'll never forget like the dream where I died, but then it's like I will forget a dream that like just was like, oh, blah blah blah, you know, whatevs. Also, if you dream something and you forget it, did it actually happen in the timeline of your life? Did you actually experience it? Because it's like, okay,
you experience your dreams?
Dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, concept check real quick. But like, you know, people with like dementia, was that them actually like doing things and talking and they just forgot it? Like, in the timeline of our life, our memories are what like keeps us in track. And so it's like, if you don't have those memories, then did you actually do it? I know other people know that you did it, but it's like, did you yourself actually do that? And if so, where does that memory information get stored? Is it just gone? Like, I don't like.
Well, because the brain gets damaged, so it's like it just doesn't work. Yes, it did happen. Yes, it was you. You just don't remember it.
But it's like, how can I learn from it if I don't remember it? Like, if I have an embarrassing moment,
that you
it's like,
in your life that you can't learn from,
right? Like, imagine like if
to.
everybody just lost their memory one day. Did that day actually happen?
Yes, it happened. You just don't remember.
Oh my gosh! But there's no record of it.
Nobody will know it.
Anything to your character.
If there's no record of it, then it's like, how do you know that it actually happened? I'm just so.
Well, you wouldn't know, but it definitely did happen.
I don't like
you just
that.
Wouldn't know about it.
But it's like,
it could have been yesterday, and we just didn't know. What did I do yesterday? I can't even remember.
What did I do yesterday?
Guys, speaking of like memories, I was thinking that like, okay, 2020 is obviously defined as like the coronavirus year, of course, right? And like when I think of years like 2019, 2018, I don't remember, obviously I don't remember all of it, but like I feel like I miss massive chunks of it, you know? And I think that's, you know, your brain can't like save everything, so it's very specific about what it does remember. But 2020, I remember everything since like April, March, April. Or no, maybe even February. I think I remember everything since February because I remember like specific events and like how I felt each month, you know? And it's so crazy to me that like I can, if I draw out like a calendar with all of the months of the year, I can remember specific things that happened in each month. And I think that's also because this year I've gone through my camera roll so many times, and I think I have memorized all of the photos I have from like the last weeks that we were in actual school because like after when the pandemic or like when our quarantine first started, I would look at my camera roll like at least once a week because I missed like going to school, you know? And like having pictures of me walking down the hall with friends or like I don't know, going to Trader Joe's and stuff like that, it made me feel like there was a little hope for us to go back and for me to like experience that again. And I don't know. It also made me think and like about it also made me brain kind of doesn't work a little bit sometimes. But it also made me think about the fact that while things are happening, you don't know how important or not important they're gonna be, like in a
Right?
few weeks or in a month or in a year. And then, like, when that time comes, you look back and you either remember all of it or you remember none of it, or maybe you remember some of it. But it's just so crazy to me how, like, right now I'm talking to you guys or
Or
everybody
are
listening,
you?
Or
and
friggin' are you? If Sarah
oh,
uploads
fine.
it.
If I don't upload it, does it
But
exist?
Period. Dude, when you delete a
whoa,
file, does it
like
just get dissolved into numbers or does it stay everywhere?
I think it stays.
Right?
But you just don't have access to it anymore.
Anywho.
But anyway, what I was trying to say is that I'm talking to you right now, and maybe by the time like 2021 starts, I don't remember what exactly I'm talking to you about. Or maybe I'm like, I remember that episode perfectly, you
Mm.
know? So I don't know about you, but actually, I'm gonna
Go
propose
ahead.
something for everyone. Um, take like think of each month of this year and try to remember one thing, just one thing about each month. And if you can't, then maybe go through your camera roll, ask your friends or whoever your family, whoever you are with throughout the year, and just like try to like sort out your year to kind of have an overview of it. I think it'll make you think of
Mm-hmm.
different things. It might also change your
Right?
perspective on the
Yeah.
year. So, and also, guys, after March, don't be like Corona, 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 Corona. No, it like
Right.
make it
Like, oh, I
specific to
FaceTimed this
yourself.
person, we had a good conversation.
Yeah, or
Conversation.
like if you lost
Sorry, it sounds a little
touch with
Scottish.
some
Yeah,
friends,
I love doing a little Scottish
then
accent. That was more Irish.
That's more Russian. Oh.
Uh Russian is
what?
more like hello.
But Irish sounds like this.
Like this.
Oh my
No, I
gosh.
was watching like Saoirse Ronan interviews last night and
Saoirse, oh my god, I love
I
her.
love her.
Sorry.
And so she goes like, I'm Irish. And I'm like, yep.
I'm Irish.
I also get my Irish
Yep.
accent from if anybody knows the Twitch streamer Minx. Minx is very Irish, and that's where I kind of learned my Irish accent. Anyways, thank you
Well,
for
that was a fun
listening.
little tidbit.
Yeah, look at this little
But on the
tidbits.
topic of like remembering years and months and things, years, the only thing I remember from 2016 from the whole year is Hotline Bling by Drake.
OM
Oh my
freaking
gosh.
G. That and
And
Lil
the
Uzi Vert.
the dance bro.
Oh my god.
Lil Uzi Vert like defined
Wow,
my
epic.
2016. Here's the thing about 2016. I barely remember that year except for the music I listened to. Okay.
It was so fun that year.
I don't remember that year because of middle school
Yeah.
trauma, but like I genuinely like okay, if you were friends with me in middle school, in 7th grade, just know that I was dealing with some crazy things that I didn't even know about, like until later, which is also kind of crazy that you don't realize something is crazy until you get out of it. I don't remember a lot of 7th grade, which is weird. But anyways, sorry, like what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so like 2016, I only remember the music I listened to, like 21 Savage, Drake, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty. Like I was just trying to be cool, but then it actually defined my music taste, which is kind of tea. And then 8th grade, I was like, oh my gosh, indie swag. I don't know. Like there's just like music is what helps me remember things. So that's why the Spotify Wrapped is so cool. Because it's
I love it.
because it's like when I listen through it, I'm like, oh, this is like what I listened to in like my sophomore year when my sister would drive me to school and bobby bop boop,
Bobby Bop.
Period. Anyways.
What was your top song?
So
Sorry.
My top song was
Oh,
In My
got
Room
this.
by Frank Ocean. But I honestly
Mine was Electric Feel, I think.
Oh, classic.
By MGMT.
oh my
That's a
gosh,
classic
bro.
Sarah song.
I didn't remember listening to that a bunch of times.
Right?
It was like you listen to this song like 6 times in one day on this day. I was like, what?
Yeah, they were like 25 times in one day. I was like, girl, what? When?
Whoa.
Like, I don't remember. Okay, girl, don't even. But
Girl.
like, but But like what's interesting about like my top song is that like I didn't even listen to it that much. It was just the first song on my like driving playlist, so I'd listen to it first every time I drove. And it was just such a vibe for driving. If you guys don't know, In My Room by Frank Ocean is a sort of new song that he came out with. I didn't really like it at first, but then I put it on my car playlist because like, you know what, why not? Like whatever. And then it became my top song of the year, which is kind of crazy. Like I didn't realize, like I know that okay, my least favorite Tyler the Creator song on his Igor album is my third song that I listen to. It's my least favorite one. It like I just don't like it, but like the vibes, like it just hits. For those who don't know, it's New Magic Wand, and I know a lot of people like New Magic Wand, but I genuinely like the softer vibes of that album. And so it's interesting.
People who don't listen to Tyler the Creator
Right?
are so
Or
confused
people
right now.
that do listen to Tyler the Creator and are actually have good music taste are like, what the frick? New Magic Wand is great. And I like it, but it's like when you're driving to work and you're kind of upset and you're like, and like it gets to that part of the song. For those who know what I'm talking about, it gets to that part of the song where he's just like yelling. I'm like, yes! Like I'll just like scream it. And like I genuinely like it's such a good way to get at your feelings. And so like I'll like shuffle this playlist and I'll just be like, oh, I did listen to that song a lot. Because like, I don't know. And like sometimes it's like really bad songs. Like like any DaBaby song on here is not good. Or Broccoli
So
by
the
Lil
only
Yachty. Bruh.
I love that song.
It hit.
It
That
reminds
song
me of
is
middle
really
school,
good.
but I
Right?
also hated middle
That's
school.
literally why I
So.
listen to it so much.
But the only Tyler the Creator song I know is After the Storm, and I really like that song. But I know it's kind of basic.
It's really good.
True. I love that song. Wait,
It's
hold
really
on.
good,
I haven't
bro.
listened to that song in so long.
I think it was one of my top ones.
Yeah. And that's what got me into Tyler the Creator, because I like Kali Uchis, and then I was like, oh, Tyler the Creator, he's good.
Queen.
What a queen.
Sarah, what is one of your highlights of this year?
Oh, thank you for asking, Belle Belle.
Whoa. Okay, nicknames.
I think one of the highlights of this year for me, I was always, it kind of scared me how much I liked being alone. Back when I was at school and stuff, like I was like, oh, I wish I was one of those people who just wanted to hang out with everyone all the time. But after school, I would just want to go home and be by myself to recharge. And this year I have gotten to do that and only that.
Period.
And that has been kind of relaxing in a way. Like there's an excuse for me to be alone. And I've learned that I don't need an excuse for that. Like if I don't want to hang out with someone now, I'm going to be like, well, I don't want to. I'm tired. I want to be by myself. And they'll be like, okay. And if they don't, then I don't want to like spend time with them if they're not going to understand that like everyone needs their own breaks sometimes, you know?
Right?
It's nothing personal. But I think I've just gotten a new set of like I don't know like how to say it. Like before I was more sort of like a slave to other people's needs. Like if someone wanted to hang out, I'd be like, okay, yes, because I wouldn't want them to be offended if I said no. But, you know, it's never anything personal. Like I just love being alone.
Right.
So that's something I've learned, something that has been a highlight for me, just being able to get to know myself like that. And I think I'll be better at the end of it.
That's nice.
For real.
That's really
I definitely
nice,
agree with that. Like, I don't know, it's interesting. Like, I'm an extrovert for real. But it's interesting how much I love just like sleeping and being alone, which I never understood. Like, how could people like I was always like, oh, how could people like not want to be around people? And then I realized I'm so
it's great
tired.
sometimes to hang out with other people, but like
after school, it's like I just don't want to talk to anybody anymore, and I just want to like go to sleep. But also I could just be tired all the time, but whatevsies.
Vibes. All right, guys, I think we're approaching our end.
Okay, well,
just me?
We're almost done. I just want to say thank you guys for making this year so special for me.
Right.
Even though it's been crazy and horrible in some ways, I feel like I really, really enjoy the podcast, and it's something I want to continue next year.
Yes.
And I can't wait for us to train
guys,
someone from the younger years to carry it on.
Also, like Sarah has just confirmed that we will all be coming back next year for
yay. Well,
another
except
Ravenly
Bella.
podcast. Guys, wait, okay.
Wait, Bella's not going to be there because she's graduating.
Well, I mean, like, next year as in 2021.
Well, yeah, I thought so. The school year ain't over. I still need to get pals
Yeah,
hours.
just-
No, yeah, school year ain't over. Better not be over because I don't have any pals hours because everything is during conservatory. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you guys for dealing with the ups and downs of our lives. We came on this episode to talk about 2020, but then we just ended up talking about the same old shoes. And like, honestly, it's such a fun time. Because even if our only fan is Sarah's dad and LaBeow, honestly, at this point, it's
we
all
bring up LaBeow every episode.
Honestly, he's an important figure in our lives. And so I don't know. I feel like he was our first dedicated fan that wasn't a father of ours. So
no,
it's definitely like it's okay. It's been a wild 2020 and a wild ride. And honestly, people are like 2021 is going to save us. I think it's all about mindset. I honestly don't know if 2021 is going to save us because there's still going to be Corona around. Let's just be honest. And honestly, going into 2021, why don't we all just stay at home and never come outside until everything is safe? Because we need to catch up on some sleep. So that's my advice
Let's
to you
just
all.
manifest not getting coronavirus.
Yeah, right. I'm manifesting. Okay. So I'm gonna manifest good vibes for everybody. I'm gonna manifest that all of our Spotify raps next year really represent our music taste because I swear to God, if I put my playlist on shuffle one more time and I have to listen to another musical theater song that I had to learn for an audition, I swear to God, I'm going to cry. It's literally two songs that I just played a lot because I had to practice them for an audition, and now they're on my Spotify raps. So let's manifest that doesn't happen anymore. I just wanted to thank you guys, both the Ravenly squad and the Ravenly fans and listeners.
LaBeow. I wish LaBeow a very merry holiday.
For real, y'all have given me a purpose, so I appreciate that.
Yes.
Vibes. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic break and do everything you gotta do.
I think you mean Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. It's actually the sixth night of Hanukkah, so whatevsies.
Ooh.
Guys, happy sixth night of Hanukkah.
Yeah, happy seventh night, right? Tomorrow.
Oh shoot, seventh night tomorrow. Oh, I was like, girl, you better not. No, yeah, because this episode is coming out on Thursday, the seventh night of Hanukkah. So that's super exciting. Yay!
Yay! Yay! So we will see you guys next year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
Bye guys. Bye LaBeow.
Bye LaBeow.
Bye.